Hello folks, welcome to another episode of the Days Hobby Podcast, the podcast where I talk about how nothing but RPGs, board games, tabletop games as a whole, apart from card games. So today I am going to talk about a number of different things. It's going to be a short podcast because this is my birthday week, and I really shouldn't be doing this. I should really just be doing nothing. But I wanted to put a podcast together because next week I'm quite busy, and I think I've only got one podcast in the row, which will be a little different for me because it'll be like kind of throwing them out as and when they come. So Shadowspear just got announced, so it's pre-order on Saturday. So by the time this comes out, it will have been released. I think it will be the Saturday it will be released. I am very much looking forward to this. I would very much like to get my hands on it, because I feel that the Primaris army is a little bit underrepresented. You know, you can't really play a single a Primaris army on its own. And I know this Vanguard stuff's meant to be, played on its own, but I think as part of an overall Primaris army, this might actually work. Because you get when it comes out, you have the autocannon. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but the guys with the jump packs, basically, with the autocannons, or is it the graph shoots with the autocannons? It might be the graph shoots with the autocannons. But yeah, I mean, there you have graph shoot autocannons, you have your Hellblasters, but you have two types of assault marines, basically, or jump marines, which you don't really have. You've got the one jump marine right now in the Inceptors, and then you've got your Beavers and you've got your Aggressors, and you've got your heavy support a little bit, you've got your elite a little bit, you've got a little bit of fast attack, and you've got a little bit of troops. So everything in this box set that Primaris wise is going to add. I think you're adding elites in there. I'm pretty sure you're adding elites in there. I haven't had a great look at it, but I've had to look at the figures, and that's why I want to talk about it. Right, so you're adding elites, you're adding heavy support, you're adding fast attack, and you're adding troops, and obviously you're adding character figures as well. But at the end of the day, that means you have two what do you call them? It means you get two heavy support, you get two fast attack. You've got two elites units, and then you've got a couple of different elite units. You get a couple of different troop choices, and there's more character choices. And that's the thing. When you actually look at the Primaris army on their own, you've only got the Intercessors as a troop choice. You've only got the Reavers and the Aggressors as an elite choice. I think the Aggressors are an elite choice. They might be a heavy support choice. I might be talking through my butt. I don't really use Primaris that often. I'm still a Space Wolf through and through. I still play Blood Claws and Sky Claws and Swift Claws as the mainstay of my army. But look, the reason for that was the lack of Primaris. There's not a lot of Primaris you can add to. I will still play Blood Claws, and I will still play a classic Space Wolf army, but I'll also play Primaris Space Wolves, and I'll be able to use a mainly Primaris army. And we all know the reasoning behind why Games Workshop have done this, because they couldn't copyright Primaris, which is why they're bringing out everything's copyrighted now by Games Workshop. It's why Space Wolves are Volkafin Rika, however you pronounce it. It's why Tau or T apostrophe EU. It's why it changed the Eldar names. It's why Age of Sigmar happened. you know, you hear all the excuses for Age of Sigmar. They were going to get rid of Warhammer, this, that, and the next thing. But when you actually look at it and you look at it, well, they changed all the names. They changed every single name in there. It's because it's a copyright thing, and it's obvious it's a copyright thing when you actually sit down and think about it, which is fine. I'm entirely fine with Games Workshop protecting their own brand, protecting the money stream, but it annoys me that they couldn't just come out and go, I know this is why we're doing it. We're bringing you true scale Marines. It's not really true, but at the end of the day, I still am going to be playing my Space Wolves. I know people that will be playing Dark Angels, Blood Angels, all the original Marines, but that's me getting off on a tangent. These models are beautiful. This is the reason I want it, over and above the being able to now field an entire Primaris army on top of it, and that's the thing. Beautiful figures. The thing is, man, that you got to love about Games Workshop now is all the detail that they put in it, but it's the thing that you also hate. It's like, I have to paint that. I have to paint all that detail onto those figures. Fuck! Especially when you're doing it for a, what do you call it? Commission. You look at it and you go, oh, this is going to be fun. Maybe not. But, yeah. I mean, you just sit and look at those new Primaris Marines. So, Shadowspear. Oop. Just bringing it up on my phone. Shadowspear box set. Right, so you get, let's see. So I'm reading a wee blurb. It's the Vanguard Space Marines are as visually striking as the rest of the Primaris brethren, combining the monastic warrior monk feel that's core to the Space Marines with high-tech militaristic aesthetic. These guys offer a new take on the depth as the 30s, looking at how the age-old doctrines of rapid assault can be used by a guerrilla force. Each miniature is covered in webbing, war gear and other details that speak to their distinct method of war. So, oh. Right, so let's see. It doesn't have what they particularly are, but I'm looking at it, and you know, you've got the alright data sheets. So you've in the box, you've got a Vanguard Librarian, you've got a Captain in Phobos Arbor, you've got a Lieutenant. You've got Primaris Eliminators, which are the heavy support. These are the heavy support, that's interesting. These are the guys with the bolt sniper rifles. Which, that's cool, that's the heavy support. And then you've got the Primaris Infiltrators, which are, they look like kind of Reavers without the grav shoot, really. But the working combat squads are 5. The bolt carbines, unmodified hit of 6 does an instant hit and wound. Helix Adept is basically an apothecary, which is your add-on to the unit. Not including your sergeant, which is interesting. Then you've got your suppressors, which are your fast attack, that's the grav shooting guys with the autocannons. Yeah, so you're adding fast attack, a heavy support and a troop choice, which is interesting because you don't normally get that with, well, this is you adding new as I said, troop, fast attack, and heavy support. Again, giving you the extra choices. But the beautiful models. It says the lieutenants in headquarter choice. I was pretty sure the lieutenants were elite choices, not headquarter choices. That's strange. But you've got 2 headquarter choices. I'm pretty sure the lieutenant is elite choice rather than headquarter choice. Otherwise, in every other one he's a bloody. I'm pretty sure he's a every other Primaris army. I'm pretty sure lieutenant's a elite choice. Anyway, so that's your Primaris. And then with the Chaos. Now, I have never been a big Chaos fan, as most people will tell you, but recently I've started getting into it. So it's a new wave of new Chaos stuff, which is cool. So you've got the Venom Crawler, which is the Demon Engine. It's like the arachnid looking thing. So that's heavy support. That looks like it's nasty. You've got new Obliterator models, which again are heavy support. The thing that annoys me about that is Obliterators are meant to come in squads of 3, not 2. And there's only 2 in the box from what I've seen. And there's the Masters of Possession, which is a sorcerer, and that's your headquarters choice. Those new cool Chaos Space Marines, you get 2 units of them. And then you've got the 2 Greater Possessed, which look fucking cool. They're elite choices. Now, they're in squads of 1 or 2. But I think that, yeah, the Obliterators is quite annoying. And they've got it now down as toughness 5 with 4 wounds. 6 assault shots instead of 4. Whoops. When you look at the box, it says 3. When you look at the pictures, it shows you 2, but the squad size is still 3. So does that mean I have to go out and buy a new squad of Obliterators if I want to use them? That's kind of annoying. But yeah, I mean, the thing about every single figure in that box is it looks fucking awesome. And you know, that's what you're wanting. I'm assuming if it's anything like the other ones, it'll be about 80 quid. Once you take the discount off for Goblin Gaming and everywhere else. The thing is, what I find quite funny is the fact that they've been talking about leaks. Right, the Shadowspear box has been revealed. They talk about leaks, but it's not really leaks because it's Games Workshop telling you exactly what's coming. They show you exactly what's coming. They're teasing you. It's not leaking it. Games Workshop are showing you what they're coming up with, and what they're bringing out. So, you know, not really a leak. More of a tease. So, yeah. I am really looking forward to it, and I hope I get enough birthday money to actually go out and buy it. But if not, then hopefully I'll have a job in time that I can actually go out and buy it. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, birthday coming up. I will be getting lots of Infinity stuff. So that is not Infinity RPG, Infinity the War Game. Now I chose to go with, oh so surprising, the Caledonians from Ariadne. So my entire army will be basically Scots, Space Scotsmen. So I'm looking forward to them coming in. I was looking at more Necromunda stuff, but my wee brother's got me a box of the Orlocks coming in, which should be enough for me just now, because I've got enough of the old Orlocks. I should be able to put together a crew, or my gang, for the campaign we're doing. But basically I got 2 Calvin Highlander armies. So I got 2 volunteers, or 3 volunteers. Didn't get any Caterans, didn't get any Scots Guard. I got Highlander Greys. There's a Mormor in there. William Moss. Couple of Bulwers. Actually, every Bulwer choice you can have. It's about 400 points worth of Infinity stuff. So basically, it's the tell you exactly what it is because I've got the list here. So it's the Caledonian Highlander Army. So that's the Sectorial Starter box sets. William Moss, the 45th Highlander Rifle box set, the 9th Wolver Grenadiers Regiment box set. So it's all that stuff in there that I've got coming. And it's a couple hundred points worth. So it's enough to be playing games. It's probably enough to get maybe 2 games in, 2 lists in, 2 armies in even, and it's going to be interesting because this is going to be a project. I keep on talking about projects and finishing projects and doing bits and pieces, but this is one that I'm doing as a side, same as my Orlocks are going to be a side project. Once they're built and they're sprayed, I probably won't do anything for a little while, but I'll be talking about this project, that project. The reason that I'm getting it is it's twofold really. It's for the fact that I'm doing the Infinity RPG, but also I quite like the game. I'm not great at it. It's very difficult sometimes for me to wrap my head around it. The rules and stuff. Obviously you do 3 hits, and as long as your opponent, his armour save is higher than any of those 3 hits, it doesn't matter. Stuff like that, kind of grasping that, getting my head around that and everything is one of the difficult parts about that. But it's a good set of rules. I really like it, and I really love the models as well. The models are absolutely beautiful. But yeah, that's on Wednesday. Hopefully they'll be at my mum and dad's and I'll be able to pick them up. So the next time I'm on Twitter after my birthday, it'll probably be the Monday after, because I intend on doing nothing social media wise, being as unplugged as I possibly can for the next couple of days after my birthday. Well, actually after tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I'm going to try and be as unplugged as I possibly can, because it's my girlfriend's first time off since we were on holiday in June or July, really. It's our first real time off since July. She's had a couple of days off here now and she's not been well and stuff like that, but first real holiday in 6 or 7 months, and I want to give her as much attention as I possibly can. So we'll be away from social media and everything as much as I can, but I'll have them posted up on my Twitter, I'll have them posted up on my Instagram, and if they're on Instagram, they'll be up on the Facebook, the Painting Commission site, Facebook profile. They'll be up on there, so you can see them when they're built and painted, well, not even painted, sprayed and stuff. Another thing I wanted to talk about, but obviously I'm talking about the fact that for the next week I'm on holiday from, commissions, from podcast, from YouTube. This is my week off, pretty much. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is I think it's quite important that everyone takes a little break now and again from the hobby to recharge your batteries, to not get yourself stuck. So when you're doing stuff and you're, it's taking you ages to do this or that, or your mind is getting bogged down, take a break, take a week off, take 2 weeks off, however much it takes you to recharge your hobby batteries, because it's really difficult to not, get involved in everything that you possibly can. But when you're so involved, when you do so much hobbying, sometimes you do get tunnel visioned, or you do get despondent, or you get too much. But it's too much of a good thing, as they say, is as much as a little bit of a bad thing. That's the thing. You've got to continually, get in and out. Take breaks from painting if you're starting to get a little bit annoyed with it. Take breaks from a game if it's doing your head in. But I do think, see, when you go on holiday, or it's your holiday week or whatever it is, if you're not doing painting for a reason, or if you're not doing something because for the hobby at that time for a reason, take a break from it. Your holiday is your holiday, unless your holiday is the only time you get to do any gaming stuff or painting stuff or whatever. Your time off is your hobby period. It's really important, because you get burnout. I take time off. I've taken years off from painting because it was frustrating me at times, and I had to go away and take a break. And I'll be honest, I took about a 3 or 4 year break from doing any painting whatsoever, because I was frustrated that I wasn't getting as good as this person or that person or the next person. What I was forgetting about is the fact that I'm not a professional painter. I don't do it as a living. That's what these people did. This was what these people were doing. They were painting as a profession. They were painting models for heavy metal. They were painting models to, make money. They were painting models to win awards and all this kind of thing. This was their day job. This is what they did day in, day out. Didn't take breaks from it. All the rest of that kind of stuff. You need to go back and get yourself some perspective. You always need to have a perspective of whatever you're doing. If a game, I stopped playing 40k from 4th edition to 7th edition. That's how much the game, I wasn't enjoying it. And I kind of enjoyed parts of 7th edition. I didn't enjoy other parts of 7th edition, but it's the same way. 8th edition, I enjoyed parts of 8th edition, but I don't. When 4th edition came about, I had been playing 3rd edition for as long as it'd been out, and it was frustrating me because I didn't like it. I didn't like you could say I didn't like the change from the rules as they were to the new rules. There wasn't huge differences, but there was enough differences, like the grenade rules, like the movement rules, like there was different rules that the change I didn't like. And back then you could have said that I just wasn't moving with the times, but didn't enjoy it. Whereas now, I play 40k and I really do enjoy it. And I don't know why I enjoyed that. And when Age of Sigmar first came out, I didn't enjoy it. I haven't played another game of Age of Sigmar since right back at the beginning. First 6 months to a year maybe, Age of Sigmar. I haven't played since. My entire Empire army is getting retasked for my 40k stuff, so that's going bye-bye. But I mean, I've got the dwarfs. If I really want to go and play again, I can go play again, and I might look into it at some point. But you know, I took that 3 edition break, almost 4 editions to be fair, because I got it out right early in the beginning of 4th edition and got back in right at the tail end of 7th edition. But you could say it's a 4 edition, maybe 3 edition, 3.5 edition break from a game that, you know, I think it's important that you don't like it, go away for it, stop playing it. I haven't seen the changes to Malifaux yet. I will have to have a look at them to see the differences and see whether it's okay. But from what I've heard, it's actually a better game, which is interesting because I really love Malifaux, and if it's a better game, then that's cool. If I feel it's a better game, but I might take a break from that. I'm certainly taking a break for Dystopian Wars because I've had a look at the rules, and I've seen like the cheats and stuff for the new set of rules, and I'm looking at it and I'm going, maybe not for me. I really enjoyed 1st and 2nd edition, but you know, this is the thing. I have so many games that I play that I can take breaks. That I can circle back round and see. I mean, I obviously have to sit down and read the new Dystopian Wars rules to see whether or not is it for me. But you know, they've changed the canon. So is my fleet obsolete, or is my fleet actually going to be worth taking, or what the hell is going to happen with it is, you know, at the moment is beyond me. I need to wait for the new rules to come out, but from what I've seen, I don't think so. It's the opposite from Malifaux, to be honest. From what I've seen and what I've heard of Malifaux, you know, it's going to be good. It looks like it's going to be fun, and it looks, you know, as if it's going to be a good change. Whereas, you know, obviously this change, I mean, it's a new company to go over, they changed the canon. Of course they're going to change things, but Dystopian Wars was a good game because of the rules, because of the mechanics. When Spartan started messing with that, it started, you know, there was, you know, the flyer rules changing were good. You know, there were certain changes that they did were good, certain changes that weren't that great. But, you know, that was fine. They didn't change the core mechanics. And when you change the core mechanics of the game, it either does well or it does badly. And the fact that with the company they've taken over the license or the name Dystopian Wars, they're not keeping the old canon, so they can't keep the old ships. So that means the ships that I've got are going to be obsolete, which means I'm going to have to go out and buy brand new ships, and I don't want to do that. I really don't. That's how I feel, anyway. But you know, that's from looking at it. That's what I've seen, anyway. So yeah. Well, the crux of my that 10 or so minutes is take breaks, take days off, take weeks off, take months off. If you need to take years off from a game, it's important, because you're going to get burned out, you're going to get bored of a game, you're going to get sick of a set of rules, you're going to get pissed off with an army or whatever. Take a break, take a calm period from whatever you do, I mean, don't get me wrong, right now, I'm loving the hobby. Totally into it, and I'm having fun. Stuff I'm doing is great. I'm loving doing the podcast, I'm loving doing the YouTube channel, but I know that this week, I've got off. But the week I come back from holiday, I mean, I'm going away next weekend. I come back on the Monday. I'm going to have to get hard into looking for new jobs again. And I'll probably get one very quickly because my security license is coming in, and I did that for like 10 years. So I'm very likely to get a job in that. More likely than I am in any other job, because I've got 10 years of pretty much clear experience without any issues, and without losing a job, without switching company. So, you know, it's likely that I will be getting into that very quickly, and, you know, I need to take that time off before I get into it. From pretty much everything, I need to just recharge the batteries and get into it. And the stress that has been coming on right now and recently has been a lot, and you know, we're trying to get out the back end of it. But that's not hobby related. But at the same time, while hobby stuff relaxes me, at the same time, like right now, it's like a job. You know, with the YouTube and the commissions and the, you know, the podcast and everything, it's becoming kind of like a job. The way that it is, which is fine. It's something I enjoy. So having that as a job is not a bad thing. But holiday, take time away. Anyway, I was going to talk about something else. What was I going to talk about? Yes, I was looking at the new Battletech stuff. Now, if you know anything about the way that Battletech has been over the last couple of years, as the box sets, you got like 24 figures to the box sets. They weren't the best plastic, and sometimes the casts were absolutely god awful. But you were paying 50 quid or so, and you were getting a company of mechs. Now, you know, you might not think that's a huge amount, but on average we play about 2 lances a shot, which is 8 mechs. So when you're getting 24 mechs, you're getting 4 lances, which is a full company. You have 3 lances plus your command lance. That's quite a bit. I was looking at the new ones, and you're getting 8 in the $50 box. I think it's $50. Was it £50? I think it might be £50. £50 box, you're getting 8 figures. Now, I'm not saying the sculpts aren't better than the old ones. They are, and they look a little cleaner, but it looks like the same kind of plastic. And the fact that I'm paying, if I'm doing that, I'm paying £50, which is the same what I paid for the old ones, for a quarter of the mechs, no, a third of the mechs. I can't fucking count sometimes. Yeah. I still encourage you to go out and buy Battletech and play Battletech, because I love the game and you'll love the game, I hope. But, and I know a lot of people are going to give me shit for this, but the reason I'm telling you is because I love the game and I love the rules, but I think it's a bad deal at the end of the day. So what are 8 mechs? Let me see. I'm just trying to price up the. So on average, I think a mech from raw part of Europe is £7. So £56 for 8 mechs in metal, and you get to choose which mechs you get in the metal. So another £15 for the rule book, I think, maybe 20 quid. You're talking, let's see, talking maybe 80 quid, right, for 8 mechs in metal and the rulebook. Maybe another £15 for the card sheet, map sheets, if you're going to play in map sheets. So you're maybe adding another 40 quid onto the cost of the box set, but you're getting better sculpts, you're getting better material to work with, and you're getting better battle sheets. It's called map sheets. I honestly think you would be better off spending that extra 40 quid than spending 50 quid on a box set. Now, I might be wrong on the prices. I might be entirely wrong, and it might actually be. I'm actually going to look at it because I might make myself look like a complete dick. Yeah, so I mean, the mechs go from $6.50 to $9.95, but $9.95 is an Annihilator, which is one of the heaviest mechs you can get. You know, so $6.50 for a light mech and $7.25 for a medium mech, and then it's $8.75 for a heavy mech, $8.95 for a heavy mech. Depends on the mech, really, what the cost is. So you could average it out about $7.25, maybe $7.50, maybe say $7.25 for each mech. It's not a lot of, not a lot of difference between the amount of mechs that you're getting in that box set for the same price, for a little bit more money. And yeah, obviously you're going to have to go out and buy the rulebook, and you're going to have to go buy out the map sheets that make it a wee bit more expensive. But as I said, it's better quality because the metal's much better quality material than the plastic. I've looked at the plastic, and it does look maybe the same kind of plastic as they used to make the Battlemasters and the Mad Cats in the anniversary boxes, the previous box version. It's not that great a plastic, to be absolutely honest with you. So I think you would be better off going out and buying the metal. I mean, that's just my personal opinion, and that's the thing, the reason I want to see it is because while I love Battletech, and while I love what Catalyst Game Labs have done with Battletech, with the cannon and everything, and I love the support that they're throwing out there for the game, I don't rate this box set, and I can't say that I rate it. I love the game, but I can't rate the new box set. And that's the thing, I want you to understand that love it, but don't think it's worth it. Love that they're doing it, don't think it's worth it. And that's my honest opinion, and I'll always give you my honest opinion on everything and anything that I look at. If I look at a figure and I go, that looks like shit, I'm going to tell you I think it looks like shit. That's it at the end of the day. So that's me for this podcast. As always, if you're enjoying the podcast, rate it, review it, comment on it, tell me what you think, tell Apple what you think, tell whoever it is you get your podcast from what you think. Next week, hopefully, I will have my first interview podcast. I'm going to be talking to Dan Adam from Paint All the Minis in the near future, and hopefully I'll get it recorded and edited up for next week. So I am going to say good day and a happy hobby.